quarterback and just keep coming at you.
Louis Aguilar to punt again. Walter Stanley stands at his 15-yard line. Aguilar has been hitting line drives and giving Stanley a chance to take return. Big punt, and the Jets have first down yardage. Number 28 is Pat Chafee. Big play player. He got a game ball last week with some clutch runs in the fourth quarter that helped to seal the 17-14 victory over Cincinnati. And Chafee, one of the firier Jets players, tries to ignite them here.
Al Roberts, the special teams coach for the New York Jets, comes up with this play. And what do you have to lose at this point? You've got to try to get your team fired up. You got to try something. So that was a very good call by the Jets, and also afforded them a first down.
It was a short snap to Chafee, who was up in the block position, and he got the yardage necessary for the first down. They're at the 42-yard line of New England now. Nagel, play fake on first down, wants to go deep. Now has to think of other things, and finally lets it go to the goal line, where it is batted away. Number 48 is Randy Robbins, there with the defense on Burkett.
A fine job by the New York Jets offensive line of giving Nagel time to find the receiver. But by the time he tried to deliver the ball, great reaction by Randy Robbins to knock this ball down. Comes right in right at the end, knocks it away. But Nagel having a lot of time to throw the ball.
Randy Robbins, years under Joe Collier when Collier was the defensive coordinator at Denver. Now in the twilight of his career, Collier brings him here to New England, and he saves a touchdown there. Hector and Baxter behind Nagel on second down 10. Jets throwing almost every down. Ball is batted into the air and away, intended for Baxter. Agnew and number 75, Irv Eatman, chatting with one another. Eatman, as you mentioned, has become the unofficial marshal for the Jets.
I guarantee you they weren't talking about having dinner together either.
Well, no, because Eatman is taking the Jets team plane back to New York tonight.
There you see Browning Nagel trying to go over the top to Baxter, just not able to hold it. Maybe just a little bit too much on that ball. But in this situation, you need to throw the ball down the field.
Pat Chafee in the game as a setback behind Nagel now on third down 10. Browning Nagel, 1 of 6 in the air in the second half. 7 of 19 for the game. And a flag goes down as the Jets will be called for delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
And I think we never dreamed we'd say this, Ahmad, but crowd noise is becoming a factor here in the rain in New England.
That certainly is. This crowd. Now, they were emotionally charged also from the beginning, right from the beginning of this game. The last time we were up here last year, or last time I was here last year, it was silent.
Well, they were here to see the incredible Zolak.
And he has not disappointed them.
On third down, Nagel out of the pocket again, flags down in the secondary. As Browning goes to the goal line, it's picked off by Jerome Henderson. Henderson looking for running room across the 15, across the 20. Now, which way does the penalty go? That becomes the next question. You have to suspect holding in the New England defensive secondary, but it could be another way.
Johnny Mitchell is claiming that he was held on the play. The rookie tight end for the New York Jets.
There's Henderson. He's the man who had the interception and a 23-yard return. It would be the third pick of the game for New England against Nagel if the play stands. But I got a feeling that Johnny Mitchell's right, and we've got a defensive hold here.
We have 2 fouls on the play. Holding number 27 of the defense. Holding number 66 of the offense. Penalties offset. Third down.
So we'll play 3rd and 15 one more time for the Jets at the 47 of New England.
69, offense, holding.
That was Jeff Criswell with his second flag of the day for the Jets.
And Browning Nagel being in such a tough spot for a young quarterback, to where he's got to make something happen to get his team back in this ball game. And that's the kind of pressure you don't want to put on a young quarterback.
Safety is a setback behind Nagel, or with Nagel, I should say, in the shotgun. Browning looks, throws, and bounces it to number 82, Rob Carpenter. Rod Smith was there on the coverage, and New England holds. Aguiar will come on to punt again.
Once again, Nagel trying to fire the ball to Carpenter, and it was ruled that the ball bounced into his hands.
Well, I guess it was a catchable throw, but he couldn't keep it off the turf. Aguiar and his numbers are there. Walter Stanley is at the 15-yard line.
The very dangerous Walter Stanley.
Isn't he, though?
Yeah, as soon as you start to let up a little bit, he's one of those type of return men that can find the seam and go.
He's with the Packers and the Lions. Picked up in Plan B by the Patriots, and he makes the fair catch at the 13-yard line. Flags down again. 33-yard punt, no return. Dennis Price was the man downfield on coverage, and here is Dale Hamer.
Illegal hands to the face on the receiver, following the kick, post-possession foul, 10 yards to the spot of change of possession. Timeout.
So that will pin the Patriots back inside their 10-yard line and create an opportunity for the Jets defense to do something when we come back. Secret Service, New York, 1980. Bring it back to Foxborough Stadium. 5 minutes, 18 seconds to go in the third. Patriots leading 24-3 and starting offensively with double tight ends from their 7-yard line. Pryor in motion. Give us to John Vaughn, and another big hole for Vaughn. And 9 more yards on the ground before Mo Lewis makes the stop. What a job the Patriot offensive line has done today.
And the Patriot offensive coordinator with his play calling. His play calling has just been exceptional the entire day. They really have come up with the plays and the execution that have them in the lead, 24-3. John Vaughn doing an excellent job running behind that blocking.
And, of course, their offensive coordinator is only one of the nicest men in pro football, Dick Curry.
Dick Curry.
And there is Vaughn more than doubling the Jets' rushing output today. This time Pryor in motion to the top of the screen. Vaughn picking his way. And he is wrapped up by Lonnie Young at the line of scrimmage. No team has safeties which play more aggressively against the run than the Jets with Lonnie Young and Brian Washington.
And sometimes with a runner like John Vaughn, though, when you have safeties that are right up there on the line, once he breaks that line of scrimmage, there's nobody back there to stop him. And he's such an excellent cutback runner that he's able to avoid those safeties coming up to force and finding a way to get into that defensive secondary.
John Vaughn, one of the small army of quick-footed runners to come out of Michigan in recent years. They've got another one in Tyrone Wheatley. Michael Timpson now in the game, goes to the top of the screen along with Greg McMurtry. Pryor is to the bottom as Zolak calls on 3rd and 1. Gives to Stevens, and Stevens has first down yardage and plenty more across the 30 to the 35-yard line. And you talk about play calling. Defense was keying on Vaughn, the tailback. Stevens came back to the other side, misdirection from the fullback slot.
I'm going to show you what a stiff arm is here, Jim. Watch. There's one right there. Just stiff arms Lonnie Young, and he's off to the races. A big, strong, powerful, fast back. They really have an excellent 1-2 punch. And I say that thinking that they've only won one game all year, but they finally, obviously, put this whole thing together with some quality football players in John Stevens and John Vaughn.
And now Stevens goes to the sideline, and rookie Kevin Turner comes in to pick up the slack for him. It was a 19-yard gain for Stevens on the 3rd down play. Zolak throwing on 1st down. Patriots trying to put this thing away, but he holds on to the football against good coverage and is stopped about a yard short of the line of scrimmage. It'll count as a sack for the Jets.
Zolak here not looking for a short pass. He's looking way down the field trying to find a receiver. Can't find one and puts the ball away and takes off running. Watch him try to stretch it here just a little bit, get all he can get out of that thing. You know, the thing impresses me when you see 3rd string quarterbacks, rookie quarterbacks, they come in with all the plays written on their wristband. Zolak will have none of that. He's the quarterback. He's in control of this offense.
That was the 47th sack allowed this season by the Patriots, but it was the first one today. On 2nd down 11. Zolak throws in the flat to Vaughn, and he drops the football when hit by Brian Washington.
Brian Washington come up and just unloaded on John Vaughn. I'm sure there was a little bit of frustration involved in all of that. John Vaughn being the main culprit that's been taking advantage of this Jet team the entire game. You watch John Vaughn on the play fake, number 24, just stops outside. Now watch this hit right here. Puts in, he wants to talk about him a little bit. A little trash talking here in the NFL.
Borrowing a page from your buddies in the NBA.
That's right.
Zolak out of the shotgun on 3rd down 11. Flags flying everywhere. So it's a free play for somebody. Stevens breaks a tackle, has first down yardage, and is almost all the way out to midfield. 16-yard pickup for the Patriots. Now let's see if the flag is against New England. We believe it's a false start for Pat Harlow, number 77.
John Stevens is a load once he starts running. If you try to tackle him up above his hips, you just can't bring him down. You got to hit him down in the leg area.
You know, they list him at only 215 pounds. But he looks heavier the way he plays out there.
He looks like he's more like 230 pounds, 235 pounds. And he hits like he's 230, 35 pounds.
And they still list him at 215. We'll give him every opportunity to change that after this.
Ball starts on the left tackle. There is no play, no play. The defense came into the zone. The offense set up. Therefore, we'll repeat 3rd down. Put 6 seconds on the clock. 2:03 on the clock. Thank you.
Number 77, Pat Harlow there. You see him just move before the ball is snapped.
Well, and you can see why Gunn was stunning him into moving like that, and I thought Gunn was in the neutral zone, Ahmad.
It certainly looked like that. There's such a fine line in that neutral zone. I think it goes with your reputation. If you have a reputation as a sacker, then they sort of give you a little, maybe a little bit more.
That's right. If you have a reputation for getting illegal procedure penalties.
And you get it immediately.
Tight ends out of the game. 4 wide receivers in on what is now 3rd and 15. Zolak hit as he released. Free ball for the Jets. 2 men going for it. Washington and Fraze. And neither can get it.
One of the few times that this New York Jet team has been able to put pressure on Zolak.
It's James Hasty who's going to come in
and get a chance. Here comes Hasty right there at the end and get a chance for an interception and just not able to pull it off. You see Zolak pumping and then trying to get rid of it. Hasty hits his arm, knocks it up in the air, and too many Jets trying to catch it.
Fraze and Washington looking at each other saying, but.
You may have to defer to the defensive back in that position because Fraze is a man that has not touched the ball very often.
Yeah, it's the old center fielder coming in, second baseman going out situation. Sean McCarthy on to kick it away for the Patriots. See his numbers on the day, and that is Rob Carpenter, not Terrence Mathis. I'll get that right this time.
Nor Dale Dawkins.
Carpenter at his 30-yard line. McCarthy's punt is exceptionally high and fair caught at the 22-yard line. So the Jets will have 78 yards to go, still looking for their first touchdown of the game when we come back. 1:35 to go in the 3rd quarter, and the task gets increasingly difficult for the New York Jets. They trailed 24-3 at halftime, and still they trail 24-3. Starting this possession from the 22-yard line. Edwards, Hobby, and Sproats, backup defensive linemen on the field for the Patriots. Johnny Hector is the lone setback behind Browning Nagel. And Hector has the football and good yardage across the 25 to about the 28 before Vincent Brown made the stop for New England.
This is a good start. I mean, when you get in a situation like this, they expect you to pass the ball. The trick is to just keep moving those chains. Try to do something positive. You don't want to always get in there like when you're that far behind, like you just got a ragtag offense. You want to just get in there and do things positive and try to move the ball down the field. If you look at the total yards there, New England 273, the Jets 102.
161 rush yards for New England. Early in the season, that would have been a pretty good two-game output for them. Hector again with the football on second down, and he's close to the first down across the 30 to about the 33. Vincent Brown again with the tackle.
This kind of running attack makes Browning-Nagle so much more effective. It's just impossible for a young quarterback like this in a passing situation with the other team knowing you have to pass, trying to go back and be successful. If you can trick them up a little bit, change them up just a little bit, and run the ball every now and then you got a much better chance of being successful on your passes.
Could be the last play of quarter number 3. Again, apparently checking off the line of scrimmage. Moore in motion behind him. And Hector has a couple of yards only before Brown and Tim Edwards make the stop for New England. And that's it. Third quarter comes to a close. Patriots still lead 24-3. Scott Zolak sitting back. We're back after these messages from your local station. The Patriots believe they may be getting as the fourth quarter begins, and they look for their second consecutive win.
Zolak is certainly getting respect with a capital R. He has really shown me something this afternoon.
Browning-Nagle fakes on second down 7 and looks deep for Rob Moore. And Moore is well covered by Maurice Hurst. And once again, the second time in this half, Moore finds himself battling Hurst to prevent an interception.
Maurice Hurst doing a fine job with Rob Moore. He has been covering him the entire game. The ball a little bit underthrown, but sometimes that is the advantage to the receiver because you can make a stop and come back and try to make a play on the ball. But Hurst doing an excellent job covering a bigger, stronger Rob Moore on that pass pattern. Those are the kind of things I don't think the Jets want to get caught up trying to do that too much. You want to try to set up a play where you can send the receiver deep.
Browning-Nagle 1 of 8 for 18 yards in the second half. Make it 2 completions and make it a first down for the Jets as Johnny Hector, the old pro, gets a 9-yard pickup and first down yardage. Meanwhile, there's a flag down. All the way on the far side of the field. Holding against the Patriots.
Red guy.
Holding, number 22 of the defense. He's declined. First down.
Rod Smith
was holding Chris Burkett on that last play and got caught.
The 46.
There's Joe Collier, Patriot defensive coordinator. One of the old and trusted hands at defensive coordinator in the NFL.
Gentleman Joe Collier.
Worked with Red Miller at Denver when Miller was the head coach there. Nagle on first down. Plenty of time. Deep again. And this time, Moore gets a hand on it. Tim Gordon was back as the defender.
It's just so hard to try to complete a ball like this. You need another option down the field. You see Rob Moore with a nice swim technique, stays away from the middle of the field, and sort of just, you know, one thing you never do is you never slow down on a pattern, ever. You just keep going as fast as you can. When you slow down, that's about the time that the guy gets ready to throw you the ball. Nagle gets a little shot there by Edwards, just to let him know that he was nearby.
Why would Moore have slowed down on the pattern?
I don't know. You don't. That's one of the things you don't do. You never slow down on a route. I think he thought he was out of the pattern.
Second down 10. Nagle tosses, and number 82, Rob Carpenter, get away from one tackle and gets first down yardage into New England territory at about the 43-yard line before Maurice Hurst makes the stop. It's a 12-yard gain and another Jet first down.
Nice little run by Carpenter after the catch. He comes up and just a drag pattern underneath the defense, makes the catch. Now here comes a very nice move here. Little left, right, left. and he left a defender on the ground.
Yeah, that was Roger Brown, the reserve strong safety who was in the game. So it is first down again for the Jets. Now with the ball in New England territory. And Johnny Hector with the football. Baxter trying to block for him. Hector has a pickup of about 3. It'll be second down 7. Andre Tippett and Marion Hobby on the stop for New England.
The Jets trying to chip away here. Johnny Hector was at home down in Louisiana, said he kept himself in shape. And when he got the call, he was ready to come back and play. And probably didn't figure he was going to get this much playing time today, but with the injury to Blair Thomas and Freeman McNeil, Johnny Hector's the man.
No doubt a good move. There were other running backs available, but the Jets wanted somebody who knew their system.
Fit right back in perfectly.
Second down 7. Hector again with the ball. Johnny Hector getting an unexpected workload today in the absence of Blair Thomas, who was not active for the game, and Freeman McNeil, who went down in the second quarter with bruised ribs. Tim Edwards made the stop for New England. It'll be third down for New York.
The middle of the field is starting to get chewed up a little bit. You see Johnny Hector trying to make a cut and not able, slipping a little bit. As we mentioned, it's not raining now, but it was raining a lot earlier, and the middle of the field got a little bit muddy.
There's Blair Thomas in the baseball cap, watching and waiting, looking up the scoreboard. He knows that it's the 10th play of a drive that began on the Jet 23. Shapey gets the handoff from Nagel, and Shapey is short of the first down as the Jets didn't fool Ray Agnew and the rest of the Patriot defensive front with that play.
Big Ray Agnew having an excellent game here today. You know, when you're in a situation like that, you got to know where that first down marker is. That was one of the bigger plays in the game. You must try to get that first down by any means necessary.
Brent Williams being helped off the field and limping. Starting defensive end for the Pats.
Bruce Coslet going for it on fourth down, not really having a choice.
Yeah, it's fourth down about 1.5 yards, and you're right. They've got virtually no choice with 11:53 to go, trailing by 3 touchdowns. Baxter is the setback behind Nagel. Nagel up under center on 4th and 1.5 yards. Fake to Baxter. Nagel almost falls down. Got a man open for the moment, and it's a touchdown. 85, Rob Moore finally gets behind Maurice.
I really don't know, how the holding was on White. It didn't look like holding to me.
That sure didn't.
Nagel is blasted. That is Dion Lambert on the corner blitz.
For New England, it couldn't have come at a better time for them. The Jets were trying again on 4th down, and this time Joe Collier decided that his defense would be the aggressor.
It's almost impossible in a situation like that where the defensive team knows you're going to pass the ball and you're going to be successful. If you just watch, here we're coming from the outside, just too much pressure on Browning Nagel.
Dion Lambert with the sack. Pates still leads.
Holding was 63. Found a way to fight their way through it, so they feel like having gone through a season like this, it's going to pay dividends in the years to come, because guys will look back and say, hey, we've been there before, we don't want to get there again. But it certainly has got to try the patience of not only fans, but I'm sure the players alike.
And on second down 10, Scott Zolak elects to call a timeout and be sure of what he's doing, rather than to take any chances with the 3-touchdown lead. And we'll be back. You can hear the music through our effects microphones, but there's a party going on in Foxborough, ladies and gentlemen.
And the Jets aren't dancing.
If you're a Patriot fan and you've got a chance to get here within the next 10 minutes, 36 seconds,
Second down, 11.
Unlikely, but come on in. Scott Zolak on 2nd and 10. One of his few misplays of the day, throwing behind tight end Marv Cook.
Sunday, December 6th against the Indianapolis.
Smiling Zolak says, don't you worry about a thing. I'll be fine.
Scott Zolak has created a quarterback controversy here in New England.
How about that?
It's going to be a tough decision next week as to who should start, because Millen was supposed to rest this week and then start the next week. They keep saying that you cannot lose your starting position due to injury. But if you look at it, Millen was, what, 0-7?
Yeah.
And Zolak has been he's still a little early. He's about to be 2-0. I don't know how you deal with that.
Zolak on 3rd down holds on to the football rather than to make a dangerous throw, and takes his 2nd sack of the day back at the 50-yard line. So the punter,
Bring up a 4th down.
Sean McCarthy, will come on to kick it away for New England. And the Jets will get the football back, only trailing by 3 touchdowns with 10-15 to go and the clock running.
We just got word that Browning Nagel is suffering from a bruised left shoulder.
And Rob Carpenter at the 11-yard line. So Nagel's return is questionable.
It's questionable, yes.
Could that mean Ken O'Brien? Oh, terrible snap over McCarthy's head. Jets get a big opportunity here, and McCarthy allows the touchdown. He fails to touch Eric McMillan as McMillan sails through and takes the football on into the end zone. This is the 2nd consecutive week in which McCarthy has made a horrible play to allow a touchdown by the opposition.
Kicking team, receiving team. Backward pass cannot be advanced by the recovering team.
Aha, and now they're going to tell us this fumble cannot be advanced.
They called it a backwards pass.
For the Jets.
But I tell you what, McMillan scooped that sucker up and was gone with it. Usually you see people trying to get the handle on it and they can never touch it. McMillan had scooped that thing without even missing a beat.
Yep, he thought he had the TD, but no, cannot be advanced. It'll be Jets football when we come back.
Your base.
With 9 minutes, 51 seconds to go, Ken O'Brien enters the football game at quarterback for the New York Jets as they take possession at the 25-yard line of the Patriots. And immediately, O'Brien completes for 6 yards to Rob Moore, Vincent Brown making the tackle. The ruling on the bad punt snap, Ahmad, was that the ball never touched the punter McCarthy's hands and therefore could not be advanced by McMillan. I got a feeling that our replay will show that the ball was indeed touched by McCarthy and should have been a potential touchdown for McMillan.
Well, it was ruled a backwards pass, and a backwards pass cannot be advanced. The official statistician ruled it a backwards pass.
2nd down 4 after the 6-yard Ken O'Brien completion on 1st down. And now O'Brien throws in the flat to number 87, Chris Burkett. And Burkett is brought down by David Poole at the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Jets.
Making the tackle.
Here's another look.
And it was ruled a backwards pass. And a backwards pass cannot be advanced.
Impossible to tell from that replay whether McCarthy touched the ball. Maybe, in fact, he didn't. Meanwhile, David Poole is down and being examined by New England trainers, and we'll be back right after this. Trailing 24-3, have 1st and goal at the 5-yard line, shortly after the entry of Ken O'Brien into the game in place of the now injured Browning Nagel. And O'Brien goes down under Andre Tippett. And while the first 2 throws were quite accurate and therefore typical of O'Brien's career, so in fact was this. Flag down.
It's very hard to throw a ball with somebody in your face. And this is exactly what's happening right here. O'Brien trying to find a receiver downfield. Nobody blocks Andre Tippett.
Number 83, the offense. One's decline. 3rd down.
Penalty decline. Patriots want O'Brien to face 3rd down. Or make it 2nd down, I should say. 2nd and goal from the 11-yard line.
Penalty was on Johnny Mitchell, who is a project. Came out of school early, and Coffin has been working with him. Has said he has a lot of talent.
O'Brien throws out of the end zone and well past the back line on 2nd and goal. Johnny Mitchell was the intended receiver, and he had drawn a crowd along the back line.
He certainly, I think a few people have heard about Johnny Mitchell. He's one of the fellows that was complaining about not getting the ball as of late. And, you know, you have to respect a guy like that, a young kid coming in like this and wanting to play, wanting the ball. I think you don't want to really discourage a guy like that. You want a receiver to want opportunities to catch the ball, as opposed to somebody coming in and saying, well, hey, don't throw it to me.
But Browning-Nagel criticized him in print Monday and Tuesday for saying that he felt he should have gotten to the ball more. Nagel, in fact, went so far to say, hey, he'd have gotten it if he'd run his routes right. 3rd down goal from the 11-yard line. O'Brien trying to get the first Jet touchdown of the game. Underthrows in the corner intended for a well-covered Rob Moore. And as you can see, David Poole was okay. He stayed in the game after being shaken up. He was there to cover Moore.
We can't say enough about this defensive effort by the New England Patriots. They have just played an excellent game, both offensively and defensively. They've not allowed the Jets to really get into the flow of anything right from the start of the game. Jets not able to run the ball, not able to throw the ball.
And the Patriots, who had 9 sacks for the year coming in, have collected 4 today, Ahmad. 2 of them by Tippett. 4th and goal for the Jets from the 11-yard line. Shafee is the setback. O'Brien up under center. Triple wide receivers. Tippett showing blitz. Now curls to the outside. Fade in the corner. Way overthrown. No chance.
Patriots holding the ball. 32
looking for the fade pattern to Rob Moore, just overthrows it. Even if he didn't overthrow it, very good coverage over there by the New England Patriots.
This David Poole is having one whale of a game at corner.
David Poole told us the other day that he has a book on the receivers around the league, and he goes to that book. He watches a lot of film.
Gets advice from Gil Bird, who plays for San Diego.
That's right. And with all that speed, he has a chance to really make a few mistakes. But when you run a 4.340, you can still get back into the play even if you do make a mistake.
Patriots take over at their 11-yard line and try to run some clock off. It has been much slower going in the second half for John Vaughn than was the case in the first half, but that's largely because the Jets know what's coming now. Houston Oilers falling to Miami earlier today. Oilers dropped to 6-5, clearly in playoff jeopardy, and they'll be visiting the Lions 5 days from now, Thursday. Make NBC Sports part of your Thanksgiving Day festivities when we present a football feast for the entire family beginning at 12 p.m. Eastern Time with NFL Live. Then you'll see Lorenzo White and the Oilers trying to stay in the race for the playoffs, taking on the explosive Barry Sanders and his Detroit Lions. 12 p.m. Eastern, Thursday, Thanksgiving Day. Don't miss it. The Mike Utley feature from Gail Gardner. Utley's return to the Silverdome. All that on Thanksgiving Day. On second down, Vaughn again gets the call for the Patriots and very short yardage. It will be third down long, and you have to suspect that at this point, Zolak might consider the draw play, or rather the offensive staff might consider giving Zolak the draw play. They might consider not even throwing the ball from this position.
Let me ask you this and have you consider this. Why is it that Detroit always plays so well on Thanksgiving?
Because they're the only ones who know for sure year in and year out that they're going to play on Thanksgiving. Is that right?
Probably they're having a game at their house and they invite you over.
That's right, yeah. It's our game. You want to come play? It's your turn. On third down, they go with the draw play. Let's dispel any notion right now that I am the offensive coordinator for the New England Patriots. That play did come from their staff.
Obviously just trying to be safe with it. Hopefully, I mean, those plays have worked earlier in the game, but maybe just getting some room for them to punt the ball.
It was a 4-yard gain for Stevens, and now Sean McCarthy will stand at his goal line and hope for a better snap than the one he saw the last time. Carpenter at the 44-yard line for the Jets. Jets block a lot of kicks. And the key man there is Burkett, number 87. See if the Patriots have picked him up. A lot of stunting for the Jets. They are clearly trying for the block, but they don't get there. And so Carpenter fumbles the football away. Red jerseys all around it. It'll be Patriots ball at the 46-yard line. Dion Lambert, the man who had the 4th down sack of Nagel that knocked him out of the game, has the fumble recovery for New England. And you can smell that coming because Carpenter, with the Jets going for the block, was all alone back there and thinking of the tough coverage.
He also was thinking about trying to make something happen. And in a game like this, you're behind by that much. He feels these people in front of him. He just thinks that if he can get by this first flow, he may have something going, but he can't get by the first flow.
It looked like number 47, the reserve safety, Roger Brown, who knocked the football out of Carpenter's arm as he went by. 3rd Jet turnover of the game. The first 2 were Nagel interceptions in the first half, both of which set up New England scores. And special teams coach Al Roberts shakes his head as he walks away from Carpenter, having told him how to avoid that in the future. On 1st down, Stevens gets the call from fullback and plows forward for almost 4 yards. And the Jets call timeout to stop the clock.
Gil Bird being restrained.
No, that's Dennis Bird.
Dennis Bird. Gil Bird is the one who is teaching David Poole how to play cornerback.
That's right. Telling him how to look in the backfield, breaking the coach's rule and pick off interceptions like he did last week.
Timeout. New York. 46.
Now we will see if the New England Patriots can put this game on ice with their running game.
Meanwhile, we'll be back to bring you the conclusion after this.
Oldsmobile.
The story is there on the screen for you. 5:52 to go in the 4th quarter. New England on the verge of pulling a shocking upset of the New York Jets. Shocking because the Jets thought of themselves as the best 3-7 team in football. And Stevens on 2nd down has no gain, but the clock continues to run, and now the Jets stop it with a timeout.
Best and 3-7 don't go together.
It's like an oxymoron,
That's right.
Next Saturday, NBC Sports takes you south to the Louisiana Superdome for the Bayou Classic. College football's all-time winningest coach, Eddie Robinson, leading Grambling against Southern. The Tigers of Grambling got a 6-game win streak. They ranked number 1 in the Sheridan Black College football poll. In last year's game, Southern came from behind in a wild one, and another wild one is expected this year. Tune in next Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time and see for yourself. You went to the game last year.
I was at that game, and it was one of the highlights of my entire athletic career. I'm talking about some real wide-open football. It's just a brand of football that if you've never seen the Bayou Classic, you got to take a look at this. They have some excellent players.
I have gone in years past, not working, but solely and simply just to be there as a spectator, because it's quite an occasion,
It's a
socially
party.
as well as
It's
athletically.
a party. It really is a party. I'll miss not being there, but
The music, the food, the penalty flags,
that's right. The speed with which the game is played.
all of them in abundance. 3rd down, 7 yards to go. Zolak out of a shotgun will throw at this position on the field. And it is a little bit low and wide and can't be caught. So, New England once again likely to kick the football away.
Bring up a 4th and 6 from midfield.
And Zolak's incompletion politely stops the clock for the Jets,
Rob Carpenter
who need
is
every
back.
possible second
Final
as they
score,
dream of a miracle
Raiders
finish.
24.
Rob Carpenter will definitely either fair catch this ball. He will not be taking the chances that he took last time.
Flag down. Carpenter is going to let that one go. He saw the flag.
Penny marker is down.
And McCarthy kicked it into the end zone anyway. San Diego won again. Just saw that score going by on the ticker. 50-yard punt from McCarthy.
12 men on the field. On the receivers. 5 yards from the previous spot. Repeat 4th down.
Lucky for the Jets that it was 4th and 7, and the 12 men on the field penalty does not give New England a first down. That would have been the proverbial last straw.
That is rather embarrassing.
But the penalty is declined because New England is perfectly happy with the touchback that leaves New York beginning the series from the 20. Dante Scarnecchia still coaching as Eugene Lockhart and Dion Lambert come off the field.
Scarnecchia doing a fine job of, as we mentioned earlier, holding this team together, getting them. I mean, you lose that many games. If they lost 7 games, that's 2 months worth of losing.
He was so emotional about getting the first win last week for absent coach Dick McPherson. They called McPherson's doctor and had him come to Logan Airport to collect the game ball that they sent to Coach Mack in the hospital. Pat Chafee on first down is swarmed under by the tide of New England defenders.
He was the ball carrier. Gordon on the stop.
Patriots giving every indication that they are not about to allow this one to slip away. And not too many people have left, startlingly, considering the weather conditions.
From the 20.
They are enjoying a much-needed victory here in Foxborough. It's been a long time since they've been able to have a party like this one.
They are the official fan club of Zolak the Magnificent. The incredible Zolak. Second down, Jets still running with the football. Chafee again wrapped up the line of scrimmage. Jets running, expecting the Patriots to be in a deep zone to prevent the pass. Patriots playing the run just as tough as if it were the first half. Goad, Agnew, and Saab all there to help with the tackle.
And Brad Baxter, surprisingly missing from the lineup at this point in the game, but
well, Baxter's had another heavy work day, and Chafee is a guy who gets a lot of late game yards for the Jets, particularly when they are leading. Third down, 8 yards to go. Ken O'Brien and the Jets. Under pressure, O'Brien delivers to Chafee, and Chafee gets out of the backfield and first down yardage out to the 35-yard line. Vincent Brown chasing Chafee down. It was a 13-yard gain.
nice catch and run by Chafee with a nice stiff arm on Vincent Brown right at the end of that play.
First down for
Once again, Chafee checking for a block, then releases out in the flat, catches the ball. Now here comes a nice stiff arm here on Vincent Brown. The shades of Eric Dickerson, who has one of the toughest stiff arms that I've ever seen.
First and 10 from the 35. O'Brien's throw just a little bit low and wide, intended for Rob Carpenter. Jerome Henderson there with the coverage for New England. Jets don't seem to be in a tremendous hurry here.
You know, Ken O'Brien coming in, trying to just maintain the composure. Football is one of those sports that you can never give up. You have to always continue to play it hard. There is no garbage time, as Marv Albert might say.
Clock stopped with 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go. O'Brien looking downfield, decides to come short. Donnie Hector with the catch. Maurice Hurst with the resolute tackle. It'll be another third down situation for O'Brien and the Jets.
They're down.
New York Jets, one of two teams not to have won on the road. Remember, New England got its first victory on the road in Indianapolis. And Atlanta is the only other team to share that distinction with the Jets, and the Jets are not in a position to break the precedent today.
I recall not long ago that Atlanta took the California Trophy out to San Francisco. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
And got shellacked.
3 of 12 on third down for the Jets so far today. Can they make it 4 of 13? No. Incomplete. And that was Dale Dawkins who was the intended receiver, Ahmad.
And Dale Dawkins is a player who got in a car wreck, broke his leg. Bobby Reese, the trainer, told me that he was one of the people that told Dawkins that he would probably never play again. And here's the upside of that story. Here's Dawkins back in uniform, activated for today's game, and out there playing.
Only because of the misfortune of altitude.
And also a cousin of Daryl Dawkins, Chocolate Thunder. You remember him, don't you? Used to break backboards.
How could I forget?
The man from Lovetron.
Aguiar to punt it away for the Jets, who elect not to go for it on 4th down and 5. Walter Stanley makes a fair catch and falls down at his 12-yard line. 47-yard punt, no return. Interesting that the Jets have thrown in the towel here with 2:12 to go, as they demonstrated by choosing not to go for the first down there. After the game on NBC. Stay tuned for all new episodes of
Out of here. And obviously, that's exactly the way the Jets are feeling at this point.
A lot of reserves with relatively clean jerseys now on the field for New England. Calvin Stevens, for instance, in for Reggie Redding at the left guard spot. Stevens, though, still there to work, and he gets about a yard as the Patriots begin the possession, and now we'll have the 2-minute warning. No, Jets called timeout to stop the clock. Mo Lewis made the stop for New York.
40-second timeout. 40 seconds.
Let's check out Walter Stanley on the punt fair catch, Ahmad. Oh, this is the dance afterward.
Yeah. That's kind of a Scottish kind of thing.
Headed for the Highland Games.
It kind of looked like that, didn't it?
Did you say Scottish or Scotch?
Scottish kind of thing. He is certainly a better punt returner than he is a dancer.
There's Scott Zolak, about to become 2-0 as a Patriot quarterback. Now, Hugh Millen signed a contract this year for a $1.1 million reported base with incentives that supposedly can take it up to as much as $1.9 million a year. Scott Zolak's family would love to see him sign such a contract sometime in the future, but Millen, for the moment, is the highest paid player in the history of the New England franchise. Has he lost his starting quarterback job to Scott Zolak? For the moment, Dante Scarnecchia, we think, philosophically would say no. But what happens when Millen is healthy?
I guarantee you one thing, Zolak will never be comfortable being a third stringer again.
Not after this. 2-minute warning, 24-3 New England. We'll be back. Of the game, a Zolak pass on 4th down and 8 in the first half that set up the final New England score.
And a great play here by Zolak, waiting on Mark Cook, but watch him spin and find the open area. That's what you call getting open. And he doesn't stop there. He ends up still running for more yardage, but a huge play in this game that really got it going for New England.
Marv Cook, the 4th-year Pro Bowl tight end out of Iowa, with one of so many big plays in the first half for New England, but that one may have been seen as the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back, as it helped New England stretch a 17-0 lead to 24-0 and really put the Jets in a position where they had to abandon their game plan, go away from the running game, and do something that, as it turned out, Browning-Nagel couldn't do, pass them back into the game. Zolak looking for first down yardage on 3rd and 10, and Irving Fryer sees Dennis Price come in front of him to knock the football away, and
Understand, roughness, pass in the head, number 95, 15 yards.
And a 15-yard penalty against the Jets will give the Patriots the first down anyway.
Louis Richardson.
Not much sense in roughing 6'5", 222-pound Scott Zolak. He brushes off a lot of tackles that would bother other quarterbacks.
It's hard to brush off one of them, though, when it happens in the head, which is where he got hit.
First time a charm. You see here again the list of Patriot quarterbacks who won their first starts and then lost their second, and Scott Zolak becomes the man to break that particular pattern. Unlike Millen, Flutie, Eason, Grogan, Plunkett, he wins a second consecutive game as a starter. And there's a look at Hugh Millen. He's the one in the baseball cap. Scarnecchia says when Millen's healthy, he starts again. But as Ahmad points out, Millen hasn't won a game this year. Zolak is 2-0.
That's going to be a very tough decision.
The executive producer of NBC Sports is Terry O'Neill, coordinating producer of NFL football, John Faratzis. Today's Jets-Patriots game produced by Bill Bonnell, directed by Peter Bleckner, Associate Director Raymond Smoltz, Production Associate Bill Herbstman, Technical Manager Alan Shear, Production Manager Sally Hughes, and the Technical Director is Jim Johnson. And the names of the other fine NBC Sports folks who have helped to bring you this telecast from rainy, foggy Foxborough. Second down, 12 yards to go. Zolak goes down to one knee. Clock is running. Jets can no longer stop it. Statistician for today's game was Bill George, assisted by Bob Oviginian and Dave Lorenzi. Spotters Joe Pereski and Kevin Swindon. My thanks to all of them for the help they've given to Ahmad and me in keeping up with the events in this game. He's 24 years old. He's a first-year player out of Maryland. He played 1 year of varsity football as the starter at Maryland. And perhaps most indelibly, he was the water boy on Joe Montana's high school football team at Ringgold High in Monongahela, Pennsylvania, because his father was at that time the offensive coordinator. Scott Zolak, before every game he starts, will rub an autographed ball from Joe Montana 16 times to match his number. He did it again today, and for the second time he has a victory as a starting quarterback for the Patriots. We'll be back for a final wrap-up from Foxborough right after we go away for a brief series of messages. Once again, New England has beaten the Jets 24-3 on the Patriots' home turf.